Hello everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy! Today we are going to be doing the main quest. It has been such a long time since I've actually done it. It's been at least a month, so I might have to refresh myself, but I'm pretty sure... Actually, I have no idea what I'm doing. Willi of the Sillands, your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal is ever cause for alarm and unease. Oh yes, there's another primal. Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The elder Caesar, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic, rather than martial skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nofika's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the lotus stand. Okay. Who am I talking to? Oh, Connie Senna. Okay. How do I get there? I'm good.
I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest.
Yes, that's the one that I
had
haven't
his
fought,
words
right?
ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace.
I love the little fairy people. They're so cute. I want to be a
guest
fairy.
informs us that the sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands.
Makes sense.
Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelves Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided.
Well, I hope so, but I don't know.
Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations.
Sure.
The Twelves Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities.
Okay.
Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples.
I should probably change my outfit then. But I can do it. Aw, so cute.
You have my thanks.
It's dancing. I love it.
Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin.
Okay. I should change my outfit.
An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelves Wood that flinches at its coming. All the lands Veorzia shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Okay. Oh yes, I got this new mount. I don't remember when I got it or why, but I can just have the Magitech armor. And I can fly with it! That is so fun. I mean, I know I can fly, but that is just so funny to me. I'm back in Sylphlands. Feels like I was just here. Well, of the Sirens, I was told to expect you. I understand you go to treat with the primal Ramuh himself, an unenviable task, but one for which I have no doubt you are well suited. I have been told that your fellow Scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, though we might ascertain the location where the Lord of Levin might be found. I would ask that you abide here until they return with their findings. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow Scions finish their investigation. I do not imagine it will be much longer. Well, this is a cutscene, so I'm assuming this is them right here. This one returns, and returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching, and have wisely identified the precise location where the touched one summoned Lord Ramuh. Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good woman to her fellow scions? It would be this one's pleasure, walking one. Please, please, come with this one. Okay. They're so cute. This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Ramuh, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. And so this one must say farewell for now. Walking one will find Ride was not far from here to the south. Go in safety, walking one. Okay, I think I'll be fine. I'm not super worried about it. It's so fun. Very Alice in Wonderland. Okay, hi everybody. What's going on? So, it's actually you. I am relieved. For a moment I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Y'shtola's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. What? That's quite enough, Papalymo. My apologies. It's not like me to ramble so. At any rate, as I was saying, I had finished measuring aetheric activity in the area, and I'm pleased to say I have reached an indisputable conclusion, to wit, that Ramuh was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's aetherite. Come, let the Lord of Levin awaits. Hi. Uh-oh.
Tynora betrays thee, servant of hiding.
Hi. Whoa. Oh my gosh. There he is. Why is he so scary now? I thought he was friendly.
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan.
I tried.
I am Ramuh, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs?
Because I want to talk to you. I want you to not do bad things.
The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult.
Why do you say that? What made you change your mind?
Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man.
What did we do?
Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just.
They're evil.
Gridanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other.
Oh. It's not us that did it, the Garleans did it, and now we're in trouble because they did something.
Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I don't think killing us solves the problem.
Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born?
Probably.
It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature.
We do try.
Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking?
Yes. I have a crystal.
Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee.
We're
Thou
friends.
standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee.
You think so?
Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial.
Oh, of course.
If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Whether mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee.
Okay. How?
Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment.
Okay, that's not any pressure at all. Oh, geez. All right. Goodbye.
Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Jeez Louise.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
What's he doing here?
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady.
You were just excited. Are you a fanboy?
I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramuh, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Okay. I don't see the harm in that. Finally, I waited so long for this dungeon! Come on, please. Please. I've waited over 30 minutes. And I just committed to it. But we need to do this, guys. I need to do this. Please. Except, I don't want to wait anymore. No! No! Are you serious? Oh my gosh. I hope it finds another person quickly. That's just not fair. I've been waiting 35 minutes. Please. Everybody say yes. Come on, come on. Yay! Ooh. New music. This is so cool. I forgot how much I love the music in this game. Gosh, my game actually hates it. I don't think I've ever done one with 8 people. So this is really cool. Uh-oh. I did, in fact, die. I'm sorry, everybody. I think we did it, though. Yay! I apologize for how bad I was at it. What do you think, Ramuh?
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light.
And what do you think? Are you gonna leave?
And I judge thee a worthy champion.
Thank you.
The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone.
What?
Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
I won't. Goodbye. Hi, your anger. What did you think?
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin.
Well, not
A
necessarily.
regrettable act.
I
but
just
a
took him back to
necessary
wherever
one.
gods stay when they're not here.
In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Assyrians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Okay. Sounds good. Willith, you have returned. Dare I ask how Ramuh received your visit? It went great. We became best friends, kind of. He challenged you to a test of arms? It is well then that you have some experience in such matters. The people of both Gridania and Little Solace will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as the forest champion of peace. You've performed a monumental duty this day, Willith. The Elder Seatsier must be informed of your deeds at once. The Elder Seatsier will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Pray return to Gridania and make directly for the Lotus Stand. The conjurer at... Go back to where I was before.
You
I'm
are
back.
returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you.
Well, I did die once.
Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell?
Well, he just sort of challenged me to see if I was actually, the bearer of light.
Ramuh made trial
of
of you.
goodness. Yeah.
I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without.
Could be.
It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all.
Yeah.
Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off.
So, what do we do?
On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done.
Well, you're welcome. It was also in my benefit to do these things.
Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth.
Okay. Oh, what's going on?
Lord Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Thus ends another daunting mission for Willith, eh? I'd hoped Lord Ramuh could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless I can only admire the adroitness with which you responded to the Primal's sudden challenge. And it seems that Urianger too is pleased with the outcome. What say you, Willi? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day? Sure. Welcome back, Willith. Word of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramuh precedes you. I would fain share news of mine own, but your Yanker's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Levin, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Asian's immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together. Ooh! What did you learn? I'm so curious.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the waking sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Asian clad in white, Elidibus.
Yes, I remember.
Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Asians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Asians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence.
What is it?
In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior.
Time for a recap. It really is just a recap.
Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Cool.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits, should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth the distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them.
I don't really have good commentary for this. I really... Cool.
The Asians took control of Fain
I don't have
by
anything to
means of the
say.
Crystal of Darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
Okay.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan.
Right.
If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Asians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection,
Then they be gone. Nice.
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Asian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
Okay. I don't know how, but you guys are all smart. You can figure it out.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
Okay.
I
Great.
have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Wonderful.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian.
Oh yeah, we got that going on too.
Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
Okay.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
Easy enough. Oh my gosh, evil people time! Wow, if that's not Organization 13 from Kingdom Hearts, what is? The Lord of Levin is returned to the Aether, as was Leviathan before him. Ramuh's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Whirl, and Levin all have now been humbled by the Bringer of Light. The limitless potential of man, Heidelin's servant grows mightier by the day. I try. Yet she prospers at great cost to her mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wan. Yet even as it enervates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. What the heck is that? And that is the task to which we bend our every effort. Hello? Guy? Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. That freak. Now for the matter of Ramuh has for the present been put to rest, there is something I would show you, Lilith. What is it? It is a letter of thanks, signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Sound's tireless service to the realm. Oh, that's nice. It mentions, in particular, the names of all the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mugomok the 12th, Leviathan, and now Ramuh. Needless to say, there is only one among our member to have faced them all. Ah. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. Well, thanks. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In the course of our duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Willith, and Eorzea is that much safer for your presence. Well, I try. Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own. And that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. Okay, that's nice. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace, we owe in no small part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in so doing. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Of the sylphs of Little Solace, who wish naught of conflict. Of Alice, who strives to unearth the terrible secrets of the calamity. And then there are the many unsung individuals who have gathered here in Revenant's Toll, honest men and women who seek to employ their skills for the good of all. Yes, it's very nice. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Sillands. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians, and combat it we shall. Right. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming, Antecedent. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Who's this? I knew it was going to be you. Alpha, no! I take it the troubles in Ul'dah no longer require your attention? There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report such that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. I have a message for you from Ella. You recall the refugee girl, the one whose parents were missing? They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Oh, yay! Why, Alphino, am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. So you do care. Willith, you have been away from Revenant's Toll for some time now, I believe. Might I suggest that you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? Which reminds me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozen was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? Sure. Aw, what are you all doing? Look, it's Miss Willith. She's back from her adventures. We heard you were off fighting primals, and that they're some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our very own Doman Adventurers Guild to protect all the Domans. Oh, do you think you could train us today, Miss Willith? Maybe you could show us how you fought the primals. What's all this commotion then? Hi. We should train them together. Mr. Boulder and Mr. Coltonet? Do you know that Miss Willis is back? Yeah, I'm standing right here. So it would seem. Welcome home, Willith. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Sillands, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. I am known as Hoary or Harry Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Coltonet. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the arts of combat. I told you, Mr. Boulder, we are not younglings anymore. We are adventurers. And we were just asking Miss Willith if she could give us some special training. I think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside her, don't you? Well, you've certainly been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fields of Mordona are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. Yeah, it's not super safe. I have a counter-proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Willith? A demonstration of skill at arms, if you will. Hori, if I didn't know you better, and I do, I'd say you are merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. Well, mayhaps I am. But what matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What do you say, Willith? Will you consent to spar with me? Of course I will. It'll be fun. I'm sure. Hurrah! We're going to have a tournament. Come on, everyone. We must prepare our gear for an outing. They're cute. Ready? Do try not to disappoint them. Have faith, Coultonay. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make of this a worthy contest. The fields to the east of town should prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. Alright guys, ready? 'Twas good of you to agree to this, Willith. I trust you're ready to begin? Of course I am. Very well, let us not keep the younglings waiting any longer. Ahem, Hori, are you certain you wish to fight her alone? That is Willith, you face. I can't believe I'm like a well-known name now. What better way to test my mettle? Pray allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, 'twas this hero's legend that led me to join the Sillands to begin with. Without Willith to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Hello, you haven't begun yet, have you? Who is it? Oh, they're all coming to watch? That's so fun. Ida, who are all these people? Oh no, now you have an audience. When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. Thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yes, and there are still more to come. When I mentioned Willith's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. Why, my own popularity seems to be a sickly shade in comparison. You'd best claim victory, bringer of light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Oh, goodness. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. You can win, Mr. Boulder. We shall soon see. On your guard. Aw, they're checking on him. Impressive as always, Willith. 'Tis ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Well, Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is a most fitting title. I don't know about that. Do you recall when we first met? 'Twas at the memorial service for the Battle of Cartneau. Yes, I do. At that time, I was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason why grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended towards their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. The legatus' single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nations too self-involved and unstable. But 'twas you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. Aw, that's so sweet! 'Twas you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people. These wonderful, oft infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish, a wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. That's so sweet. I'm getting a little emotional. A wish that has now become my own. Aww. I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of Guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil towards a better world. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the signs of the Seventh Dawn alone. We need more help. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians is a new, expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. If you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. I think that's a wonderful idea. Pray forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I would first speak of the grand plan. Since the advent of the 7th Astral Era, the leaders of the three nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring the disparate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. I know. A realm-wide grand company, if you will. The military might of such an institution would be drawn from every corner of the land, and directed against threats that no single nation could hope to overcome alone. Yes. Yet while the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, the logistics of its formation have become the source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus towards unification draining away. Thus I have been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company. It will be on a much smaller scale than what we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation accorded to the Sillands. 'Tis my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. Also, being a primarily military outfit, I mean to assuage fears of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization under the authority of the antecedent. I see, you've really thought about this. The Sillands work tirelessly to protect Eorzea and its people. But, as you yourself have witnessed with the refugee revolt, there are limitations to what even we can achieve. With this new company under the Sillands' command, however, we will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties without straining our resources or overtaxing your formidable talents. The goals of my proposed organization and those of the Sillands are ultimately identical, a point conceded by all concerned. But before I can move forward with establishing this precursor to the true, border-spanning grand company, 'tis yet necessary that I visit the three leaders and gain their official approval. A tiresome and time-consuming task, which is why I would ask that you accompany me on the journey and attend to the business of recruiting our inaugural members while I am otherwise engaged with bureaucratic formalities. Sounds like fun! I'm in! Thank you. 'Tis reassuring indeed to know that the Bringer of Light and her discerning eye will be selecting our future allies. This sounds cool. Our first destination will be Limsa. Let us rendezvous at Bulwark Hall. I'll aether there. Ah, there you are. I'm ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral Yep, that's a name. While the Admirable and I are finalizing promissory boundaries and signing parchments, would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I've of course endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for potential members, 'tis of no matter should they already be pledged to another institution, only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. And you needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you're satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter that we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. Easy peasy? Hello there, would you like to join my club? Well, if it ain't Willith, I'd not forget a venturer brave enough or daft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember old Riol, don't you? Formerly of the Company of Heroes, 3 Whistles at Bronze Lake. Aye, it ain't often I drag my Limsa for a drink, but I'm right glad I did. How fare you these days? You're looking to put together a new crew. Top-tier work? Sounds like a right lark it does. Alrighty, lass, count me in. The heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into my grave just yet. Woohoo, that was easy. Get the Guildmaster in on it? A precursor to a united Eorzean Grand Company. While I do admire the scope of your ambition, my responsibilities here at Naldeeks and Vermelis keep me close to the forge. I have not the time to be trapezing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. Well, that's good. At least we can, get some armor made by you. That's nice. An organization with the freedom to operate without territorial impunity? I must say your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know that there is a time to act and a time to watch, and I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter category. Bruh, nobody wants to join me except that one guy! Master Alphina's new organization? Yes, I had heard the information of this trial company was in the offing. 'Tis with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Limsa must needs receive my full attention. Nobody wants to work with me. Where to next? Willith, your recruiting went well, I trust? I am curious as to how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folks of Limsa. Ah, a member of the legendary company of heroes indicated his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. Few could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive character. I too was successful at my task. The Admirable consented Admirable! Why do I keep saying that? Consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope the visit with the Elder Seatsier proceeds as smoothly. Pray continue on to Gridania at your own pace. I shall await you at Nofika's altar. Oh, it's just there. Now I gotta go back? Oh, gods, can it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Could it be that you don't remember me? It is I, Laurentius, the man whose crimes you exposed. I was a whaler and a regular patron at Buscaron's. Oh, yes, now I remember. You're that guy. Well, of course you do. I was beginning to wonder if Gowl had changed me more than I realized. Not that I have any particular wish to be recognized after my shameful conduct. The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventurer? What business brings you to this part of Gridania? Recruiting, eh? And what is your policy on reformed convicts? As matters stand, the Wood Whalers will have not more to do with me. This may just be the second chance I was looking for. Revenant's toll, you say? I shall leave at once. You shall not regret this, I promise you. I'm a changed man. That's nice. Cool. He's been rehabilitated. This is the girl from the fashion place. She makes jewelry. She came to see the Halloween event. How fun. Like joining? Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest ere your tormented back gives up on you for good. I'm terribly sorry. We were just... Oh, Willith, isn't it? It has been some time since our paths crossed outside of Copperbell Mines. Why, you've barely more than a novice adventurer then, but look how far you've come. Mother Bioun tells me 'twas you who felled the fearsome black wolf. And now you seek stout-hearted souls to fill the ranks of a new order? Well, your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here would be much relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventuring career working towards. I shall join your company just as soon as I've seen Isildur safely home. Yay! 2 people! One old guy. You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions. I'm both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young mistress, but I cannot accept. I've sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain me, and bear responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon this land. Well, I do understand that. I don't really understand why we would ask someone so old and, kind of already done with everything. 'Tis not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited, and this company of yours certainly sounds to have some promise, but its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such a time as your organization is more organized. Hey, you know what? At least that's understandable. You don't want to join something when you're like, what is it you do? Well, we want to help people. Help them do what? Ulda, the Gilded City, where one's fortunes define one's worth. I hope some manner of fortune is with us, and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous 2. Might I suggest ascending to the lower level before beginning your recruitment efforts? I do not think the Sultana will take kindly to us poaching from her personal guard. Let us meet back here at the promenade when our are complete. Good hunting, Willi. Thanks. Wait, you're the lady who came to Little Alamigo looking for that masked devil. Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't. I'd probably be dead, and a whole lot more of my friends besides. We were such fools. Anyway, the disaster really got me to thinking about our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realized how easily I'd been manipulated, and vowed to make myself a more worldly man, so here I am. A new company of champions, and you say it will take me to all corners of the realm? That sounds exactly like the kind of opportunity I need. And don't worry, I'm not the same stripling you met in Little Alamigo. I've prepared myself to fight the evil I now know is out there. Yay! Okay, so Limsa Lominsa was a bust, but it seems like everybody here is very nice. Oh, what a happy coincidence! Do you remember me, perchance? I'm Okran, of the Church of Saint Adama Landama. Thank you again for your timely rescue. And I must also thank you for preventing the fraudulent priest from preying on Drybones less fortunate, a most upsetting business. Are you here with your companion? Thancred, wasn't it? Ah, 'tis new companions you seek then. Your proposed organization sounds a powerful force for good, but my place is with the church and the children. Nevertheless, I wish you well in this undertaking. Yeah, I don't know why we asked a priestess to help us, but, Sorry, you wish to recruit me. Is this some new-fashioned manner of propositioning a lady? Well, I'm afraid you are wasting your time. This lady is already spoken for. Good day to you, miss. Okay, well, that's not what I wanted to do, but it's okay. If you can't stand to listen to me explain what that means, and immediately said no, maybe you're not meant to be in my... Aye, you'd be surprised what rumors drift down to Pearl Lane. I know of this glorious new company of yours and just how far I'd go to avoid getting involved with it. Whispers on the street say your organization is funded by corrupt coin, by syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting for a just cause, then you're a bigger fool than I took you for. I wonder if that has any truth to it, or if it's just, you know, him hearing a thing. A company that looks to cure the ills of the realm's entire? Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the complaints of the next all over, let alone the conundrums of a neighboring nation. How fared you, Willith? What hidden gems did the streets of Ulda offer up to your unrelenting gaze? I think we got 2 people this time. I think. A single Alamacan youth. Well, you've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talk of Eorzea's salvation must seem akin to grasping at clouds. But there are those who have risen to the challenge nonetheless, and the hope that inspires these people was born in no small part from the victories you yourself have won. Thank you, Willith. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed into my keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of a new beginning. Yay! That's good. And yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana also graced my trial company with her blessings. Our first wave of recruitment is over, the documents signed, and the finances secure. There is naught to prevent me from taking the next step. Where did you get the finances? You are concerned by the syndicate's involvement, as was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of their contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely upon outside sources at all, but even my family's substantial coffers could not sustain a venture of this magnitude. And as for the rumors and doubts surrounding this enterprise, well, such things shall plague us until the company has had a chance to prove its worth. It will not be an easy process, but we will earn people's trust one success at a time. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stones and lay the first stone for a united Eorzea. Oh, a cutscene. Or are we going back together? Because I was going to end this episode, but... That's cute. It looks pretty in the dark with all the stars. That is a lot of stars. Like a lot. Goodbye! Bye, princess. Uh-oh. Is something happening that's bad?
Tell me, General, what think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation. Yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ulda is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve.
Really?
With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong.
That is true.
Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
Do you not think we've not thought of that as well?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us
Thank
no
you,
end of trouble
Ramuh.
at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
True, I don't want to.
Yes, there is that, I suppose.
But it's good to have doubts. It's good to not be completely on board with something, because then you can see the flaws in it.
Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace.
Oh,
But
no.
as Uldan law now stands,
We lack the evidence to convict him of any crime.
That is not good.
To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
She's got a lot going on.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing?
Oh.
Then what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Oh no. Don't cry. Oh, that's so cute. They're so cute. Oh.
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
Yes, it's not over. Don't cry. Okay, that was so emotional, but that's the end of this episode. With me and Gerard Way and Victor just hanging out. I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah. Bye.